It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams. Coming up next.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're through the warm-ups. Both teams are ready. And here we go from L.A. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Picked up by the Rams. What a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Rams take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen about quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 29. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Stroud now on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Texans going to kick this away on fourth, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Taken down by full-run show Fanukasi. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 3. Quick slant taken in by Nakua. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Quite the opening drive they've put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. It's caught at the 4. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
McCarty now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Rams drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out now come the Texans on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw, Stroud. He's got him, that's Mixon. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And this game is comfortably in hand early. They take possession with a 14-0 lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They pick the handoff now. Stafford. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cover.
On that last call, not sitting well with D'Amico Ryans. He's going to make them review it.
Play is under review.
Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. All set up now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Stafford from the gun. He puts some juice on it. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take a 20-zip lead. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling.
Cardi down for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams push their lead to 21-zip already. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that you count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Stroud throwing here on 1st. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And the Rams will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Stafford. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw here, Stafford. Completes, it's Atwell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, ball at the 36. Stafford back to throw. It's complete to Higbee. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running back sent in motion. Now Stafford again. He'll get this one to Adams. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Rams pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. And we haven't even reached the end of one, and already that's the 3rd time that he's thrown them into the end zone. It's hard to think of a better start he could be having than this. Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams continue piling onto this lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Jared Verse on the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On play action, here's Stroud. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 15. And the Texans in first down.
That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's an early runaway. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Going right side, Mixon with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the gun, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They go play action here. Has his man. It's Mixon. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This is complete to Schultz. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground again with Mixon. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the second level and beyond.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up an LA first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 41. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st down, here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sends up 2nd and very manageable, and creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Brought in right side. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
First down, Stroud. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. First and 10 from the 41. Here's Stroud. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it sets up a Houston first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This set it down starts with an option right. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Second and 3. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They send a receiver in motion right. First down, and they go right back to it. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Line of scrimmage once again, that 70-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. Angling this one in for the right hash, the challenge here. Everly's kick is good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. The Rams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Sanford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Sanford now on first down. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. From the 43. Taken in by Smith. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and he's got it.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Slides, kick is up and good. And that stretches the lead to 21. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw a vintage first half from the veteran Matthew Stafford. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Rams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They've got first down from the 31. They go with Williams on the counter. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Foley, Fatukasi there to make the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Has a lane past the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They take the handoff now, Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows and the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Now it's Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Third and long now for Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And they make the tackle at the 38. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Throw left side, taken in by Adams. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Stafford from the gun. Quick slant taken in by Nakua. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now Stafford again. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
He'll throw it yet again. This throw is caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Has it in close. Touchdown, LA! Well, as they drive forward to win right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Cardi down for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams grow their lead yet again. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Texans returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Stroud throwing here on first. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying an option play, headed left. They cross the 40 on a nice run. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans start the second half with some needed points. Nico Collins with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21.
17.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Out come the Rams on offense. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. First and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. On first down, here's Stafford. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. That's one he knows he should have had. And now it's second down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Stafford to throw again on second. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Back to throw here, Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. Keeps himself upright. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams trying to end this before the final quarter. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Cardi down for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams continue adding on to that lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Finding Collins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. Schultz with the catch. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
First down, Stroud. Targeting the sideline, Kirk has it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. This is Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun, Stroud. He sends this one to the end zone. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate.
Yep.
This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game.
Texans 31.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They've got first down from the 31. Here's Williams to start the drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 4. Catch made right side by Nakua. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Running right, it's Williams. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Stafford from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll look to run with Williams. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Rams making a 3-score game in the 4th. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams stretch their lead to 21. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And this one does not go far.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud now. Quick slant here to Kirk. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw, Stroud. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Into the hands of Schultz. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. It moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll throw it again. Pass caught by Mixon. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Mechie. And he gets this forward to the 19.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Offense in the hurry-up here. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he'll go down here at the 16. Pickup of 2 here. And it sets up a Houston first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Stroud now on third. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Texans hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Stroud. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No. Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game.
Texans 38.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. New set of downs for him from the 46. In motion left is Atwell. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another run for Williams. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Houston calls it. Straight ahead with Williams. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. The Rams are set to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans now within 1 score in the 4th. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Texans 45.
So they're going to line up for the onside kick that may just decide this game. Just over a minute to play. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. He's down to a knee, and the Rams getting ready to celebrate this win.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And with the start they had in that first quarter, Brock, it is no surprise to see them come away with the victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.